U.S. military intervention in Venezuela. 2026. How it started. What happened? And what comes next? In January 2026, the world woke up to shocking news from Latin America. Reports claimed that the United States had launched a direct military operation inside Venezuela, targeting the country's leadership and military infrastructure. Explosions were heard in Caracas, air defenses were reportedly neutralized, and soon after, international media began reporting that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro had been captured by U.S. forces. If true, this would mark one of the most dramatic U.S. interventions in the Western Hemisphere in decades. In this video, we will explain where this conflict began, why the United States took such an extreme step, what reportedly happened during the operation, how the world reacted, and what the future may hold for Venezuela and global politics. Historical background, why Venezuela mattered. To understand the 2026 intervention, we must go back many years. Venezuela possesses the largest proven oil reserves in the world, making it strategically important to global energy markets. Under President Hugo Chavez, and later Nicolas Maduro, Venezuela adopted strong anti-US policies, aligned itself with countries like Russia, China, Iran, and Cuba, and nationalized large parts of its oil industry. Over time, Venezuela entered a deep economic crisis. Hyperinflation destroyed savings, food and medicine shortages became widespread, and millions of Venezuelans fled the country. The United States accused the Maduro government of authoritarian rule, election manipulation, human rights abuses, and corruption. By the early 2020s, Washington imposed heavy sanctions aimed at isolating Maduro and cutting off oil revenue. Immediate triggers, what pushed the U.S. to act. By 2025, U.S.-Venezuela tensions reached a new level. American officials publicly accused Maduro and senior figures in his government of running a narco-state, claiming they were linked to major drug trafficking networks that threatened U.S. national security. The U.S. Justice Department had already placed multi-million-dollar bounties on Venezuelan leaders, accusing them of narco-terrorism. At the same time, the United States increased military activity in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific. U.S. naval forces intercepted vessels, monitored oil shipments, and expanded intelligence operations in the region. According to U.S. officials, these steps were necessary to disrupt illegal drug routes and enforce sanctions. Critics, however, warned that Washington was preparing the ground for a direct intervention. The operation, what reportedly happened in January 2026. In the early hours of January 3, 2026, reports emerged of loud explosions in Caracas and surrounding areas. According to these accounts, U.S. forces launched a coordinated operation involving airstrikes, cyber operations, and special forces raids. The main objective was said to be the capture of President Nicolas Maduro and key figures within his government. Military targets reportedly included air defense systems, command centers, and major military bases such as Fort Tuna. The operation was described as fast, overwhelming, and designed to minimize prolonged fighting. Within hours, U.S. officials claimed success, announcing that Maduro and his wife had been taken into custody and transferred to the United States to face criminal charges, casualties, and human cost. Despite claims of a precise operation, reports indicated that dozens of people were killed and many more injured. These included Venezuelan military personnel, allied security forces, and civilians caught in the chaos. Power outages, fear, and confusion spread across the capital. For ordinary Venezuelans, the intervention brought not relief, but uncertainty and trauma. Human rights organizations raised alarms, calling for independent investigations and warning that military interventions in urban areas almost always result in civilian harm, regardless of intent. Let's talk about international reaction. The world response. Global reaction was swift and deeply divided. Many countries in Latin America condemned the action as a violation of sovereignty and international law. Russia, China, and Iran accused the United States of regime change and warned that the operation undermined the global order established after World War II. U.S. allies were more cautious. Some avoided direct criticism, while others called for restraint and a political solution. At the United Nations, emergency meetings were held, with legal experts arguing that the intervention lacked authorization under international law. What is happening now in Venezuela? Following the operation, An interim leadership structure was announced in Venezuela, but legitimacy remains a major issue. Protests, political divisions, and economic uncertainty continue. The United States claims it supports a democratic transition, while critics argue that the country risks entering another period of instability. Oil markets are watching closely. Any long-term change in Venezuela's leadership could reshape global energy supplies and weaken the influence of U.S. rivals in the region. What this means for the future: if the reported intervention sets a precedent, it could change how powerful countries deal with hostile governments. Supporters argue it removes dangerous leaders and disrupts criminal networks. Opponents warn it normalizes unilateral military action and increases global instability. For Venezuela, the road ahead is uncertain. Whether the country moves toward recovery or deeper chaos will depend on political compromise, international diplomacy, and the will of the Venezuelan people themselves. The reported U.S. military intervention in Venezuela in 2026 will be remembered as a turning point, a moment when the rules of global power were openly tested. In the darkness of a single night, a sovereign nation's leadership was removed, and the world was forced to confront a reality many had long feared: that military force can still override diplomacy, borders, and international norms. For Venezuela, a country already wounded by years of crisis, this moment carries both hope and danger. Some see the possibility of renewal, a chance to escape corruption, economic collapse, and political repression. Others see the shadow of deeper instability, foreign influence, and a future shaped not by the will of its people, but by decisions made far beyond its borders. The streets of Caracas may fall silent, but the uncertainty left behind is louder than any explosion. Beyond Venezuela, the consequences reach every corner of the world. Powerful nations are watching closely, measuring what this moment allows and what it forbids. If this action is accepted, it may redefine how future conflicts are fought. If it is condemned, it may harden divisions in an already fractured international system. Either way, the precedent has been set. History will debate the justifications. Courts may argue legality. Politicians will defend their choices. But for millions of people whose lives are caught in the aftermath, the question is far simpler. Did this moment bring peace, or did it open the door to a more dangerous world? The answer, as always, will be written not in speeches, but in the years that follow. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it informative, make sure to follow the channel, like this video, and share it with others who want to understand world events in depth. Stay connected with us for more powerful videos on history, war, and global affairs.